This is my least favorite part of the job. I love mixing, I love measuring, I love doing all that stuff. But hog casings are a great casing to use. I prefer them over the synthetic or even the collagen. But you have to fill them up with water because they come packed in salt, like in this container right here. And so you have to rinse the salt off them on the outside, and then you got to rinse them on the inside because they're also salted in the inside. So what I'm going to do right now is to show you a way that I do it. Works very well. So you just hold it under the water like that, fill it up like a water balloon.
Yeah, we'll go water balloon.
Water balloon, yes. There's nothing else that resembles this. So, and then I just roll it on my fingers and I'm pulling out all the air and the water that's in there. So I just keep doing that, and I'm going to do this twice. I like to run it through twice. So there's once. So now what I'll do is I'll just unravel this one more time. Once is probably enough because you put water back in it when you go to put it on the stuffing tube. But I prefer to do it now. And because I'm on film, it's going to take a couple more seconds.
And there we go.
And it's filling up again. So now, same thing. Just going to put her through like that. And the neighbor's dog is barking outside because they can smell sausage about to happen.
Yeah, she doesn't want to miss out.
Gotta love dogs, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there it is. And then you can see my finished bucket right here. And just drop it right into there. And I'm just going to finish that. I got a few more to go, and then I'll be stuffing that sausage. So thought I'd show you. It's a good way to go. Stuffed the Bratwurst, and this is my Cabela's stuffer that I really like a lot. It's a 20-pound stuffer. Works beautiful. The nozzle's a little bit bulky for me. I like the smaller stainless ones that you can replace this with, but works good for this. So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm just going to grab one of the casings that I just rinsed, and I'm going to fill it up with water. Again, not fill it, but just enough water that it's going to actually come through really good when I go to slide it on here. You've got to keep the casing moist. So you see how it's going on pretty good? And I'm pulling the air, and what's happening is the water is actually going back in here and lubricating. If you need to move the bowl, go ahead, Monty. That's in your way.
Nah, we're good.
Good? All right. And if you find it's a little bit stiff, it's going on pretty good. But here's another little trick you can do. I like to do this. I just learned this not long ago. I'm always learning new tricks. I'm going to extend the sausage out just a teeny little bit. And you watch what happens. Just a little bit. Right there. Now I'm just going to back it up, but now look at this. It's touching the sausage, and it's even slipperier. So it goes on really nice. And so all the water's coming out, so you want all the water. And I usually have a little dish to catch the water, so that way your tray doesn't get too wet. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm actually going to leave these in lengths, I'm going to just tie the end here, and we're going to just start stuffing, and I'm going to show you how this works. I got a little foot switch, and you could just roll the whole thing out and then start to turn it, but this is the way I like to do it. I like to pick the size I like. And I've been doing it so long that I don't even have to measure. These are very close. And if you want to measure, you can. You can have a little piece of string. But I just find it's just nice getting it all out and done. Because you want to work as quickly as you can, because this time of year the kitchen's a little hot. Just want to show you something, Monty. Can you zoom in a little here? There's a little air bubble. So I'm going to just take called a sausage prick. And I've been called worse. Anyway, I poked the end of that. So wherever there's any air bubbles, because later on when you go to cook, see right now I got a bit of air right there. You can actually take a knife or a pair of scissors, like I got here, and the sausage prick. And you want to get rid of that air right away, so that way when you go to stuff the rest, there won't be any issues. And you want to keep your casing near the end the whole time, because you don't want to have it where it's too tight in one spot, because it'll burst your casing. So, twisting this way. Actually, I twisted the wrong way, so I'm twisting towards you. And then the next one, I'm going to actually twist towards me. And there's a bit of air, and I'll get that up in a second. And if you go a little long, it's not a big deal. You just pinch it there, and you twist it that way. And somebody's trying to call me, but I don't care. When you're sausage making, you got to just keep going, and a lot of people can interrupt you. Just keep her going. I'm going to put it on mute in a second here. Oh, thank you. Didn't want to talk to them anyway. Okay, so there you go. So there, it's almost done here. I'm going to just run it to the end. I'm just going to quickly show you what I do with the bratwurst after this. In the big stores, they got big machines that actually twist the sausage, so you don't have to do this. It'll actually do it. They don't have to do it. It'll actually do it for them, and they stay really tied really well. But these ones here, because they're just twisted by hand, can actually untwist as you're cooking them, because we're going to poach these sausage in water, and I'm going to demo that in just a few minutes as well. So with this here, I'm going to tie in between these right in between all these links, and then let's get rid of some air here. Just about at the end of my casing. See, so we're getting good. This is going to be a good amount in one link. It's not the proper term, but so towards you, towards me on the next one. And if you find that you get them where they're not quite as packed as tight as you like, you can fix that after. It's easily done. I can give you a quick demo on that too. And just at the end, see that? So what I like to do at the end, because I'm going to tie them anyway, I'm going to just give it a little bit more. And that's a good length right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you real quick what I'm going to do. I just got butcher's twine. Works really, really well. So all I do is, because I got big hands, big fingers, I'm going to just make a really big, long piece for me to work with, so I don't have to worry about my fingers getting in the way. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the same to all of these, all the way up to the end. And then when I'm done with that, we'll be right back with some more info on how to cook these babies. All right, we're back. We've got them all tied, and now we're ready to cook them. So I just wanted to show you my water just ahead. I've got a couple of pots on the stove. Thanks, Marty. And I've got the water now a little over 180, and you want it no hotter than 180 preferred. Between 170 and 180 is ideal. We're going to cook these sausage till they're 158 to 160 inside temperature. So what we're going to do now is I am going to put them in the pots. I turned my burners off because the water is plenty hot. So once I start putting these sausage in, this is our final product here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put them in just like you're putting fish in a deep fryer. You don't want to just chuck it in there. You want to kind of just put it in, move it around a little bit, and we're going to find the end of this one. Here it is right here. Nice long one. And you can see right away that sausage actually starts to go white. And so I'm just kind of spreading them around. Now the reason why I tied in between, because I don't have a machine that twists them like in some of the bigger butcher shops. This pot here is going to have a little smaller batch. Won't matter. These pots I could probably put 15 pounds of sausage in. This is a 10-pound batch, so it gives you an idea though how much it's going to hold. So the next thing I'm going to do before I get too carried away, I'm going to set my timer, and I'm going to set it for 25 minutes. Because I find 25 minutes, especially because the water is a little extra hot, is going to help a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that sausage with a pair of tongs, and I'm just going to keep moving it around for the first 10 minutes that this sausage is cooking. And there's a reason for that. When I first started making bratwurst, I just threw them in the pot like this and left them and didn't move them around. And you could see them actually right there is a little pink spot. If you leave them touching, they're going to have pink spots all over. So as long as you keep moving them for the next 10 minutes so they get white everywhere, you're okay. Once they turn white everywhere and there's no pink spots, you don't have to keep doing this. But I just find the end of it, just keep fishing it, and I bring it to the top. So that's about all I do for the, and I'm going to be cooking them for 25 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to test my water in a few minutes. And actually maybe I'll do that quickly right now just to give you an idea of how hot the actual water temperature is. All right, we've been stirring these bratwursts for a good, I put it on for 25, it's 17 minutes left. So they're nice and white now. What I want to do is I just want to check, because I had turned off my burners because the water was about 190. We only need 180, 170. So what we're going to do is with my thermometer here now, it's going to tell me, look at that. So there's our temperature in the water. It's just about ideal. That's perfect, as long as it's not below 160. Because you need to cook it for at least 25 to 30 minutes. And I always check in 25, especially if I had the heat just a little bit hot to begin with. So that's looking just ideal. So digital thermometer is a great thing to have. You can use those old-fashioned kind too. It doesn't have to be digital, but digital is just a great way to go. Lee Valley sells this. Clara, my mother-in-law, got me this one, and I really love it. So get yourself one of these. They're worth their weight in gold. Okay, we're back here. We've been cooking for 15 minutes, so there's 10 minutes left. So, and as you can see, the bratwurst are starting to float up. Now, a lot of people at this point will actually just leave them like that and cook them the rest of the way this way, but I don't like to do it that way. I actually like to make sure that they're submerged. So I got a nice clean lid that fits inside here. So we're going to just drop that lid down on top of there. And we're going to do the same over on this one, because this pot, you can see too that they're sticking up. This lid doesn't fit quite as well, but as long as you drop it carefully like that, tuck the sausage underneath, Bob's your uncle. And the good part about this is now, if we took them out right now, you could cool them right now at this point, but they wouldn't be cooked. They still need a little bit more time. So cooking bratwurst with this temperature, it's all about timing. And you definitely wouldn't want to put them away this way. You want to put them away when they're fully 158 to 160 inside. And then what we're going to do is take them from there and drop them right into this ice water. A lot of the ice is melted. It's very cold in there. And this is the way to cool them. So as soon as they're done cooking, we want to take them out and right away put them, stop the cooking process and cool them off. And we'll leave them in this ice cold water for at least a half hour before I take them out and dry them off and put them in the refrigerator.